province of Newfoundland and Labrador, the problem of economically unsustainable outports, far from medical care and employment, has been met by resettling the inhabitants in urban centres, where hospitals, schools, and jobs are more readily available. This has saved the government millions of dollars and provided inhabitants with richer lives. Yet this solution has not seemed, until now, applicable to native settlements in remote areas. In Canada, we find many Indigenous communities that have long since lost any economic rationale for existing, and are far from the reach of provincial public services. However, we never ask those communities to even consider relocating, unless there are major crises such as persistent flooding on the reserve lands, such as on the Kashechewan First Nation on the shore of James Bay. We assume Indigenous communities must remain where they are forever, that this is their homeland no matter what. In other words, we allow Indigenous communities to remain without hope of meaningful employment opportunities and consign members in their productive years to live on social assistance. As a result, dysfunction and familial strife continue, as do addiction and a temptation toward gang involvement and criminality. In his paper, The Path Untaken, Indian Cities in Canada and the Maori Model, Joseph Quesnel argues that the experience of the Indigenous peoples of New Zealand shows that moving to urban centres does not necessarily mean a loss of culture or Aboriginal identity. He recommends that the federal government cannot be neutral as to where First Nations in the direst of circumstances live. It would become national policy to encourage relocation and survival in urban environments, with the added caveat that the federal government would continue its support of these communities, both materially and in terms of helping them preserve their distinct cultures and languages.